What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I'm Sabrina Marie or Marie J here on YouTube. Today I'm doing a foundation comparison, and this one was highly requested. I did a foundation review on the Urban Decay foundation, and in the comments a lot of people were like, how is it compared to Kat Von D? And please do a video on Kat Von D versus this one. So that's what I'm doing today. And I asked you guys on Snapchat if you wanted to see the Kat Von D versus the Urban Decay or the L'Oreal Pro Glow versus the Pro Matte, and I got almost double the screenshots for the Urban Decay versus the Kat Von D. By the way, I am wearing both of the foundations right now. I have one on one half and the other one on the other half, but we're gonna get right into the video before I keep babbling on. I am going to have timestamps in the description box if you want to skip through like the product description and the claims and all that. You definitely can skip to the demonstration. So I'm on the Kat Von D beauty website, and on here it says that this one retails for $35, which is the price that I saw it in store for. So this one comes in 20 different shades, and on here it says that one pump will even out discoloration, stop shine, and hide blemishes. The coverage is amazing with both brush or sponge. It's a long wear foundation that can go up to a full 24 hours without touching up or reapplying. Velvet matte finish, 21% pigment, and it stays fade free and transfer proof. And it has an innovative airless chamber design that prevents contamination and maintains the rich consistency, and you get a fresh, precise, measured dose with every pump. And if you were wondering, this foundation does not have SPF. So all in all, this claims to have a full coverage, 24-hour wear, transfer resistant, matte finish, fragrance free, oil free. This is what it says on the back of the bottle in the old packaging of the Kat Von D foundation. They do have new packaging with the same formula. Then as for the Urban Decay All Nighter, this one retails for $40. And this one is also supposed to be like a long wearing foundation. This one comes in 24 different shades. It says on the Urban Decay website that it's the ultimate foundation for a flawless looking complexion. It provides full coverage with a moderate matte finish that never looks overdone, long lasting wear, and it's comfortable enough to wear every day. It is completely matte, but it's not a flat matte finish. It has an insane amount of pigment, and a little bit goes a long way, and that there's no need to build the coverage. And they also say that it absorbs oil to reduce the appearance of shine. And this one also has an airless pump. So reading off of what these two say online, you can probably already tell that a lot of the claims that they make are very, very similar. They're both mattifying, they're both long wearing, they're both matte, they both have an airless pump, the packaging is innovative. Like, it's a lot of the same claims. Now, one thing I'm noticing is that the Urban Decay All Nighter, they claim that this one is waterproof. This one, the Kat Von D one, I didn't see anything online on Sephora or on the Kat Von D website that said that this was waterproof, unless I just completely missed it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply half and half on my face. I'm going to use a beauty blender, and I did already moisturize and prime my face. I used my Cetaphil moisturizer, and then I applied my Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer. So in the Kat Von D, I have the shade Medium 57. I got this foundation a while ago, and I think I purchased it in the summer, so I was a little bit more tan. And then the Urban Decay All Nighter, I got this one not too long ago. I have the shade 5.0, and I did get a tan, so I feel like it might be a little bit lighter, but we'll see. So first I'm going to do the Kat Von D, and I'm going to do one pump on my beauty blender. One difference I can tell you already about the foundations is the smell. The Kat Von D one smells a lot like paint. Usually when I wear this one, I mix it with my primer oil from Smashbox because it is really, really like drying for me. It's very, very matte. I feel like the color's a little too yellow for me right now, but this is all I have. Okay, so this is how the Kat Von D side looks once I finish applying everything. It did cover pretty much everything. It evened out my skin tone, and it does have like a really, really matte finish to it. So I'm gonna go and wash my beauty blender so I can apply the Urban Decay foundation on this side. So this is gonna look really, really light when I first apply it, but hopefully it oxidizes to my skin color. Okay, so I've let the Urban Decay one set for a few minutes and it did get a little bit darker. It's still a little bit lighter than the Kat Von D side, but you were able to tell that the Urban Decay one looks really, really light when you first put it on, and then it slowly starts to set and oxidize. Whereas the Kat Von D one, it was a little bit lighter, but it wasn't a drastic change like it was for the Urban Decay. The foundations feel very similar on the skin. I feel like the Kat Von D one is like just a tiny bit more matte and a little bit heavier on the skin. At least that's what I feel right now. But I feel like they have a very similar finish. They are really matte foundations, but for some reason I do like the way that the Urban Decay one sets and sits on my skin. I just love the way that it looks. Okay, so now that you guys have seen how it looks before applying makeup, I'm going to finish off the rest of my face and I will be right back. Okay, so this is how both of the foundations look now that I have finished my makeup, and I feel like you can't even really tell which one was darker and which one was lighter. They both look good now that I have applied my bronzer, highlight, everything. So really quickly, I'm going to tell you guys what I applied. So I applied MAC Mineralized Skin Finishing Give Me Sun as my bronzer. My highlight is Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. On my lips, I have NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Abu Dhabi. And then I used my Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder just to set my under eye area. That's the only thing that I set. I didn't apply powder anywhere else. On camera, they look very similar, but in person, they do look a little bit different. So this one looks a little bit more like skin, I guess. Like, it doesn't look as powdery or doesn't look as dry or matte, whereas the Kat Von D one does give off a little bit more of that really matte feel. Like, if you were to get really close to my face, you can see that it's a little bit more on the powdery side, whereas the Urban Decay one isn't. This one covers just as well. It just doesn't feel as heavy or as like tight on the skin. Both of them work really well when applying other products on top. They don't smudge, they don't get chalky, they don't separate. Now that I'm looking up close and I finished applying all the products, the Kat Von D one does accentuate my pores a little bit more than the Urban Decay one. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's creasing up a little bit in this area and around here as well. So I am going to be wearing both of these foundations all day long, so I'm going to check back in to let you know if one is getting more oily than the other, and so on and so forth. So you will be able to see how both of these wear throughout the day. Right now it is 12:13 p.m. so I will be checking in at the end of the night to show you exactly what is going on. Okay, so right now it is 11:15 p.m. so I have been wearing both of these foundations for a while already, and by the looks of it, I feel like the Urban Decay one has held up a lot more. So if you can see on camera, I am a little bit more oily on this side. The light is hitting me over here, so it looks like I'm oily on my forehead, but I'm oily on this side of my face a little bit more than this side. And you can see that around the under eye area, it also wore off a little bit more on this side than on this side. You can see like the darkness a little bit more than you can on the Urban Decay side. After wearing it for this long, the foundation is kind of breaking up and it is starting to separate a little bit, especially on my chin, and it's happening on both sides. I personally feel like they're very similar. If you have the Kat Von D one and you don't want to go out and splurge on the Urban Decay one, I don't think you really have to, because I don't feel like you're missing out on like a whole lot, because the Kat Von D does very similar things to that one. But if you're a makeup junkie like me and you just want to go out and try the Urban Decay one, I definitely would. I feel like I like it a lot better than the Kat Von D one, just because of the fact that I feel like it wears a lot better on my skin. They have very similar coverage, they have very similar finish. I don't see like a huge difference to the point where I'm like, okay, you need to buy both. You can see on camera that they're pretty much the same. They look very similar on camera and they look similar in person. You can't even tell I'm wearing two different foundations. But yeah, that pretty much concludes my comparison on these two foundations. If you have any questions about the foundations, whether it's Kat Von D or Urban Decay, or if you have any comparison questions, leave them down in the comments section and I will definitely get back to you. If you found this video helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. That helped me out a ton. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you on my next video.